order, City of Forest Park Council meeting number 1245, February 16, 2015. Let us stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would the clerk call the roll, please?
Burns.
Here.
Cottle. Herbie. Holt. Johnson.
Here.
Lives.
Here.
Southall.
Here.
Okay, entertain a motion to excuse the 3 council members as well as law director. Mr. Burns.
I move to excuse Council Member Holt, Cottle, and Herbie, as well as the law director, Wyckoff.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we excuse Councilwoman Cottle, Holt, Herbie, and Law Director John Wyckoff. Is there any discussion on the motion to excuse? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to excuse, let it be known by the sign of voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those members, individuals are excused. Second item is the minutes. You all got copies of the minutes. Are there any additions or changes or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, the minutes will stand approved as presented. Item number 3 is presentation business of the month. Mr. Brim.
Mayor, members of council, thank you very much. Tonight, we're here to celebrate our February business of the month that happens to be the Underground. We often hear about the need for productive and positive opportunities for our city's young people. Fortunately, Forest Park is an incredible resource that is open to high school students in the area. The Underground provides a relevant and innovative entertainment environment for teens and the community to encounter the character of God through experiences of music, media, and faith. The Underground is a state-of-the-art club concert venue that provides top-quality live entertainment from local and national music acts. It is an open-floor venue with a 1,200-person capacity, and limited seating is available. It also includes full sound and lights. It is a positive alternative for young people, offering a smoke, drug, and alcohol-free environment for teenagers. The Underground was nominated by several members of our staff, all of whom have had a positive experience with the organization. I personally know firsthand of the incredible impact this organization can have. My son Nicholas is a performer and volunteer at the venue. On behalf of the Economic Development Commission in the city, it is our pleasure to recognize the Underground as our business of the month. I think they are doing what everybody else is doing tonight and cleaning up their parking lot and getting ready for the week's activities. So I will make sure that Mike Olivet and his team get this award tonight, Mayor.
Thank you very much, sir, and we congratulate the Underground as our business of the month. Next item on the agenda is communications from the public. This is a time for citizens to comment on matters before council or to ask questions of concerns to them. When recognized, please come forward to the podium, give your name and address, and then state your comments or questions. Council meetings are tape recorded for ease of transcription. Comments are limited to 5 minutes. I see that there are no members of the public to address council, so we'll move to item number 5, reports of standing committees. The first of those will be Community Development Committee. Mr. Burns.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't think we had an opportunity to thank the Economic Development Director as well as the chief of the fire chief for the work that they did to reach some level of agreement with the mall to get them back to the necessary standards for them to remain as a viable business. It was great work done by all, good collaboration with the representatives of the mall. And I just want to express my appreciation for the work that they've done thus far. I know it's still more to come, but all.
Alfie and Jimmy deserve a lot of credit for that.
Yes. Yeah, so Alfie and Jimmy and Rafiq should be also added to my comments as well. Thank you, and that would conclude my report.
Any questions for Mr. Burns? Mr. Burns, I see I have only one item for you, and that's the driveway apron parking for the work session. Do you have any to add?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Next committee report is Law Committee, Councilwoman Cottle. Is there anyone to report for her? Hearing none, there are no items for law on the work session. Item C, Human Resources Committee, Councilwoman Holt. Is there anyone to report anything for her? Seeing none, there are no items on the agenda for her for the meeting on the 23rd. Next item is item D, Public Improvement and Facilities Committee, Councilman Southall.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do not have a report this evening for public improvements and facilities, but I would entertain any questions anyone might have.
Any questions for Councilman Southall? Hearing none, Councilman Southall, I have no items on the agenda for you for the work session. Do you have any to add?
No, I do not at this time, sir. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Public Safety Committee, Councilman Lives.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of items. One is that, as usual, I try and look up the items in the departmental reports for my areas, and the fire department had an interesting insertion in theirs, which I didn't realize, that careless smoking is the leading cause of fire deaths in our country. And it goes on to explain how you can be careless with smoking. And one of those is never smoke in bed, which I don't smoke, but I doze off watching the exciting TV shows at night. So I could see how it could happen. But once again, these are available to the public, these reports, and they do highlight some interesting areas of safety. Also, the police department, Sergeant Pope, has been completing a new in-service training program starting this month, and this will be a one-day program that includes everyone. So we're looking forward to that. The SRO officer has been extremely busy helping out the school. And that would conclude unless anybody has a question.
Any questions for Mr. Lives? Hearing none, Mr. Lives, I have two items on the agenda for you for the 23rd. Ambulance cot replacement, and the second one is the Hamilton County Fire Chiefs Mutual Aid Agreement. Do you have any to add?
No, sir.
Okay, next committee report is Ways and Means Committee, Councilwoman Herbie. Is there anyone to report anything for her? Seeing none, we have one item on the agenda for Ways and Means next week. That's disposal of surplus and obsolete properties. The last standing committee report is Intergovernmental Relations and Communication Committee. That's my committee. I have no reports, but I'd answer any questions if there are any. Hearing now, we'll move to item number 6, the mayor's report. I would just offer a reminder, Mr. Councilman Southall, I believe the Gospel Fest is this coming Saturday, the 21st at Day Spring Church. I believe it begins at 6:30. As usual, I would urge people to get there early. It's usually a full house. Very good music to be enjoyed by all, so we look forward to seeing everyone there. Secondly, I would just like to remind all the citizens that during this inclement weather to drive very cautiously and safely. If you don't need to go out, try not to go out unless you just have to. And in order to make it easier for our Public Works Department to do their jobs in clearing our streets, if at all possible, please park off the street in your drive. It would be a great benefit to them and to your neighbors. That will conclude my report. I'll answer any questions if there are any. Hearing none, we go to item number 7, the city manager's report. Mr. Hodges.
Thank you. First, I will report that the departmental reports have been completed, included in the council packet, and also placed on file with the clerk of council for public inspection. I would also report that we are scheduling the distribution for the next issues of the Progress Community Newsletter for We'll certainly have one out by April. We're thinking it'd be April the 24th or so, and we may be able to get one out just prior to that in the month of March. But certainly for April, we're going to have another issue out. So if anybody has anything particular that they need to have covered in the progress, if they would let us know based on that schedule. But that would conclude my report, and I would respond to any questions if there are any.
Any questions for the city manager? Hearing none, thank you, Mr. Hodges. Next item on the agenda is item 8, other reports. There would be Clerk of Council, Mrs. Hoffman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to report that resolution numbers 05-2015 through 07-2015 were posted as required, and that concludes my report.
Any questions for Clerk of Council? Thank you. Hearing none, we move on to item number 9, new business. The first order of new business is resolution number 08-2015. Would the Clerk of Council please read that resolution in full?
Resolution number 08-2015, a resolution consenting to the execution of an agreement between the Board of County Commissioners of Hamilton County, Ohio, and G.J. Burkhart, Inc., DBA Fry Fastening Systems, to complete a project within an enterprise zone of Hamilton County. Whereas by ordinance number 39-1994, adopted by the City of Forest Park on October 3rd, 1994, and by ordinance number 91-46-CD, dated October 1st, 1991, adopted by the Village of Green Hills and by the resolution adopted by the Board of County Commissioners of Hamilton County, Ohio, on January 4th, 1995, designated the Green Hills Forest Park Urban Jobs and Enterprise Zone pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, Chapter 5709, and whereas the Hamilton County Board of Commissioners has declared that incentives to businesses offered by this enterprise zone will enhance efforts to promote the viable and diverse economic activities necessary for the development of the enterprise zone. And whereas effective January 25th, 1995, the Director of Development of the State of Ohio determined that the aforementioned area designated by the board in said resolution contains the characteristics set forth in Section 5709.61A3 of the Ohio Revised Code and certifies said area as a non-distressed limited authority enterprise zone under said Chapter 5709. And whereas G.J. Burkhart, Inc., DBA Fry Fastening Systems, has proposed a project that involves new real and personal property investment and the retention and creation of employment opportunities in the City of Forest Park. And whereas the Council of the City of Forest Park has reviewed the proposed project and is of the opinion that Fry is qualified to create and preserve employment opportunities in the City of Forest Park. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Forest Park, Ohio. Section 1, that the Forest Park City Council hereby gives its consent for the Board of County Commissioners of Hamilton County to enter into an enterprise zone agreement with G.J. Burkhart, Inc., DBA Fry Fastening Systems, a copy of which is attached to this resolution as Exhibit A. Section 2, that the City of Forest Park shall compensate the Winton Woods City School District if the new payroll associated with this project meets or exceeds $1 million pursuant to 5709.82 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 3, that this resolution shall be in full force and take effect from and after the earliest date allowed by law.
Is there a motion, Mr. Lives?
Thank you, Mayor. I move to pass resolution number 08-2015.
Second.
Been moved and second that we adopt resolution 08-2015. Is there a discussion, Mr. Lives?
Thank you. Yes, this item's been discussed over the last several weeks in great detail, including our work session, and we have been working with Fry Fastening Systems for this expansion of their business. It should be pointed out that they've been here in Forest Park on Waycross Road since 1976, and after several expansions, They have simply outgrown their facility and are pleased to have worked up a new facility in the Carillon Business Center. We have already provided them with a local incentive packet, and this now provides the county's intent to provide them with a 75% for 6 years an enterprise zone agreement. This is important because it retains a great business that's growing and viable in Forest Park. We've received the recommendations of the Economic Development Commission and the EDC Director, as well as planning, that this is a good project to proceed with, so I would ask for a positive vote. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk call the roll, please?
Burns.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Lives.
Yes.
Southall.
Yes.
Resolution 08-2015 passes 4-0. Next item on the agenda is item B, a motion. Mr. Lives.
Thank you. I move to receive the general fund summary report as contained in the departmental reports.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we receive the general fund summary report as contained in the departmental reports. Is there any discussions? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by the sign of voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes unanimously. Is there any other business to come before the body? Is there any other business to come before council? Hearing none, the meeting is adjourned.